Ooh. Oh, I think you got a big thinker here.
Did you get something good, Mr. Music?
Oh, I did. I got me an Einstein. Hello. Hi. Oh, Mr. Bones, you can talk to him a little bit later. All right. Well, Einstein, we're going to be seeing you again in the future on another little topic that we're going to have. But at this point, today we were talking about week 17, which is the peculiar pulley. All right. So, in our quest to discover all of the simple machines that have allowed us to evolve as a culture, we've gone through the inclined plane, the wedge, the lever, the screw, the wheel and axle, and one of the wheel and axle's nice cousins, now we are at the pulley, which is our final simple machine. Yay! We've made it through them all. So, what is a pulley? What is a pulley? Well, you use pulleys all the time. You might not just recognize them as pulleys. You know those giant cranes you see hanging off of buildings downtown? Those are pulleys. They're simple. There's a guy up in a little car up here. There's a long cable that goes down and lifts heavy things up like I-beams and loads of concrete. They even use these to move cars and trucks around. They are huge and they can pick up heavy, heavy loads using just the basic simple machine that we're about to discover. Our fishing pole, there's a reason why we were doing that at the beginning. Our fishing pole, also a pulley system. It's a cable that goes around, comes down, and when we hook a fish, you pull it out and it's a pulley. You're pulling it right out of the water. And then around most people's houses, you might have something called Venetian blinds. They're the horizontal ones, and they have a cable coming down. So if the sun is really bright outside and you're like, ooh, too much sun, you pull that cable, you're using a pulley to pull that cable, and it pulls your blinds up. And then when you want to let it go down, you unlatch it from the lock, and then you gently go down, and you're lowering your blinds down using a pulley system. So let's get into what a pulley actually is doing. Well, a pulley, its whole job, the one thing it's doing is it's changing the direction of force that you are using. So we mostly use it to lift up and lower heavy things. That's the main thing we use it for. So a heavy thing goes up. Notice our friend here, the wheel and axle. Yeah, from last week. It's a cord that goes up, goes over a wheel and axle, and then comes down, and then we pull on it. Once again, pulley. So you're pulling that cable with you to lift up those heavy things. Can it get more simple than that? Well, we're gonna go out and see if we can just show you an example real quick. Okay, so we're outside, and for this experiment, I'm gonna need Miss Kim to hand me that tire up here.
Okay. Ready?
You got this. You got it.
No, wait.
Come on.
Oh,
you
gosh.
almost got it. Oh. I have an idea. I think I figured something out we can use. Give me just a minute. So, I've got some rope here, and it'll help me bring it up because I can't reach it from way up here, and it's really big and heavy, and it's a little tougher. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower this rope down, we're gonna tie it around there, and then we're gonna use this bar. And if you remember when we were doing the experiment with wheels and axles, back in the day, they just cut trees down, and we had that experiment with the pencils, and we took that big brick and just rolled it easily across the table. We're gonna use this bar just like we use those pencils with that big brick to bring that big heavy tire all the way up here so I can use it up on top of here. All right? Let me get this tied off and then we'll come right back.
Okay, Mr. Music, it's all ready.
Excellent. Good work with that knot, by the way. Looks like it's gonna hold all the way up. So you wanna make sure if you're gonna do something like this, you need a very secure knot. All right, well, I'm gonna use this and pull on it so that it's not hurting my hands. And let's see. Oh, it's coming up. Let's see if we get it. Oh, so easy.
Oh, that's so much better than handing it up to you.
I know, and I don't have to bend my back all the way over because I can't really reach down that far. Well, that worked perfectly. Well, let's go back inside because this was a basic one, but there's a couple other types of pulleys that they have out there that we can look at. Well, that was fun, and now I'm gonna put rope on our thing so you can see it whenever you come in the morning. So, as I was saying, pulleys, you can use them in a couple different ways. This is your basic pulley, and there's two versions of that. There's the fixed pulley, which the wheel is attached, which is what we used outside. that bar that we were replacing and using as our wheel was a fixed point. It doesn't move at all. And we had the rope looped over it and we were pulling to lift that big heavy tire that is kind of a strain to pick up with your hands, but the pulley makes it so much easier. The other, and this one's kooky, is the movable one. And that's the pulley is actually on the rope. So instead of it being a solid bar, it's actually sitting on the rope, and the rope is tied off at the top like right here, and you're lifting it up and putting it down, and the pulley rolls on the cable, because usually your wheel is going to have big grooves in it. Like imagine a rim on a bike or on a car. Without the tire, it's grooved, and then the cable fits inside of that, and it kind of just rolls on that. Or trains on a train track, they sit in a groove. Their wheels are grooved so that they don't fall off the train tracks. In case you ever wonder how they stay on those little metal things, that's how. Their wheels are grooved so they stay in place. Then there's this one, and this is the one that adds the peculiarity to it. The compound, where you're using both a fixed and a movable, and this one actually allows you to multiply the amount of force you can pick up. So with these two, you can only pick up as much as you can pick up. You're just changing the direction of the force you're using because you want to lift or drop something down, but you're using it sideways or coming from a different direction to get that action going. With this one, by using multiples, one little person here can lift so much more weight. And the more of these you have, the more weight you can lift. And in some of these systems, they're called block and tackle, they'll have 8 or 9 wheels in there. So you can really multiply the amount of weight you can pick up. And if you ever look on these giant cranes, like the big crane that was here, you'll notice there's a giant head on the edge of it, like a big metal thing. And that's got a whole bunch of pulleys in there. So that one crane has the ability to pick up so much more weight. And that brings us to the end of types of pulleys and our pulley system. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around and see if we can find pulleys around the school and see if we can make pulleys by putting our rope over things and seeing if we can get that pulley action to happen. All right, so let's go check it out. Yep, this is a working pulley. Yep, working pulley. Oh man, you are one heavy Einstein. That's a big brain. Excellent. Woo! Well, that brings us to the end. So walk around your house, find a shoelace or a piece of twine that you might have around. See if you can find any other pulleys you can make. And me and Mr. Einstein here are gonna go start working on his future projects. All right, bye!